Alright guys, welcome to my social media critique, or welcome back to my social media critique. If you didn't catch that little joke, that is from the famous, infamous YouTube influencer Tana Mongeau. That is her intro that she says in almost every video that she does. She says, "Welcome to my channel," or "Welcome back to my channel. I'm Tana Mongeau," whatever. I think that Tana Mongeau is such a important YouTube social media influencer to pay attention to. Necessarily, if you don't agree with what she's talking about or like the content that she's putting out, I think that she is just like a new type of influencer that we've really never seen before. The way that she manipulates social media and just gets views and gets fame and makes it in Hollywood or LA or wherever she's at. She does a really, really good job at it. So just a little background information about Tana. She is a YouTube influencer on various platforms, of course, but like her main content that she puts out is on YouTube, her main like subscriber count and everything. She has about 5 million subscribers, I believe. And her fan base, which is surprising to me, I looked it up, and it's actually all male, which is cool. Tana is famous, or I guess most popular on YouTube, from her story time vlogs that she does. She kind of sits down, kind of like I'm doing, and talks to the camera as if she's talking to her best friend. And she's just gonna kind of go over the presentation that Tana Mongeau puts out online and on YouTube and everything, how she interacts with her followers, and how she does a good job at it, or some things that I think that she really doesn't do a good job at, or whatever. All of these opinions are my own. I do like this girl. I think that she's a very interesting celebrity, so that's why I chose her to do her for this project. That's why I chose to analyze her for this project. I think that she is someone to talk about, someone to think. That's why I chose to analyze her for this project. I think that she is someone to talk about, someone to think about. She's smart in her own way, and I appreciate that. Tana is all about being scandalous and creating the next scandal, or a word that she uses very often is clickbait, which refers to getting someone to click on your YouTube video without knowing. It's kind of like reading the book by its cover. You see the book, you make the cover of the book look really, really nice so that someone clicks on the video and, watches it, if that analogy made sense. The type of content that gets the most reaction out of her viewers are when she is doing vlogs and story times and just kind of telling people about her life. Looking back at a lot of her old videos and videos that she's really opening up to people, she's talking about how she feels as if her viewers are a way for her to vent and feel connected to earth and regrounded almost. So it can be positive for some things, but I also think that it can be negative for some things as well. She is constantly talking about her viewers are saying this, her viewers are saying that, and it kind of sways her opinion somehow in some situations. And for some things that can be very, very good, but for letting that your validation rest in that can be dangerous sometimes. And I think that that's the kinks of social media, how it just plays out, and you're reading feedback and you're reading comments about yourself that millions and thousands of people are saying to you. It does have an effect on you, so it works, vice versa. Tana presents herself in a very secure manner, I would say. She seems very, very secure with herself and who she is. She knows that she's a misfit, and she knows that she doesn't fit in with the world, and she uses that to her advantage. She makes it to where she can stand out, to where she can speak her, true Tana Mongeau self, which is another thing that I appreciate. I think that it is important on social media to be your 100% authentic self and not kind of like be fake about it or be. She presents herself in a real manner too. It's very. She knows who she is and she doesn't care. She doesn't, have an opinion to the people that have an opinion about how she should fix herself, if that makes sense. She knows what she wants to do and she's going to do it regardless. Her best friend could say she shouldn't do it and she's still going to do it because she's just like one of those like real strong-willed girls, which is cool. And you get to know that through her videos because she's constantly just opening up and being that. She's not going to not say something on camera because it may get her demonetized and, she won't make money from the video. She's going to say it anyways because in that moment she feels like that. That's another thing that she is constantly saying. She's verbally saying, I do things because I'm in the moment. And that's another thing that I enjoy about her because, yes, a lot of her stuff is very clickbaity and a lot of her stuff is very like clickbaity and she does it to get views, but I don't necessarily think that she does it in a like meticulous way and like wanting just to like get money out of everybody or like, draining the system or like playing with the system, whatever. I think that she truly uses social media as a way to like live her life. I feel like she talks a lot about how her family, how she didn't have a good family life, and YouTube was what really made her connect and made her feel like she belonged in the world. And so I think that that's what she uses social media as. She uses it for its good and for it making her feel good. And as long as it makes her feel good, that she's going to put content out that she wants to put out and not necessarily like what her viewers want or what her manager is telling her to put out. She's going to like stay true to like making sure that she's happy with like the art that she's doing, which I think is also super important. Her audience, to my surprise, when I looked it up from a source online, it's like celebrity stats. More males watch her YouTube videos than anything, and it's, usually like late teens, early 20s, around her age. And I think that she doesn't use it as a platform to be a role model. She says a lot in her videos how she's not trying to be a role model. She's just trying to use this app as a way to like connect with people. She's not using it to say, even though she is an influencer and she is a role model and like all of that does come with being a YouTube influencer, she makes it apparent that she's like, don't do what I'm doing. It is a little crazy, but I'm doing it because I like to do it because I am crazy. All of that she says, I'm not like making. I also think that she interacts with her subscribers really well. Like I was saying, how she has like all of that validation, how like she has all of that validation from her audience. She connects with her viewers, subscribers, whatever, in a very nice manner. She is always asking them questions on Twitter, always commenting back to them on YouTube videos, or if she's doing a video where it's like a Q&A, she'll go on Twitter and ask a bunch of questions before and get like all of the top questions and then answer them in her video, which I think is important because you're constantly, getting the feedback from the people that are watching you and able to kind of like reevaluate and like fix yourself for like the next time that you're going to start videoing or making more content. I don't know necessarily if she had any YouTube like problems becoming famous. I know that she created her YouTube channel in 2015, and then right after that, she like skyrocketed into fame. Like she was getting more and more famous as like the years went on, and now she's like really, really big. She's getting, as far as like YouTube, she was just on MTV for her own show. But I really think that what's important to talk about is her communication skills. Not only is this girl on YouTube and she's using her platform as a way to get her message across and her art across, she's also collabing with other YouTubers and bringing in other audiences from other people on YouTube and giving them someone else to watch, giving them more different content, but of almost the similar, it has like similar tastes, similar backgrounds, kind of. Another thing that I really think that Tana Mongeau does really well is keeping her identity intact on social media, or, on YouTube, should I say. I think that Tana is very, very good at dealing with her identity goals and, her overall self on social media and YouTube. She doesn't ever, let up that she's not going to be 100% herself. No matter if there's a camera in front of her, whatever, she's going to be herself. She's going to say what she wants to say. She's going to do what she wants to do, and because she, lives in the moment, whatever. And it's just cool to see that online, because it's, taking the perfectness that people try to, present themselves as, and it's like stripping that layer. And she's like, nah, like I'm just going to 100% be myself and make a career out of it and do what I love and what I think is funny and what I think is cool and what I want to do, and, make money off of. One thing that Tana really, really focuses on is like clout and the clickbaiting thing that I was talking about earlier. And it's interesting just to see, because just this past year, she married another YouTuber, right? And it sounds crazy because she married him, but she didn't necessarily legally get married to him. It was all like a YouTube like scam thing. Like they did like promos for weddings, like promos on YouTube and stuff, like getting engaged and all of this. And they are in a like real relationship, but it's almost like an online relationship that she has with another YouTuber. And what this is doing is it's creating an entire uproar of, fan bases, and they're all coming together and, shipping Tana or shipping Jake. Jake Paul is a YouTuber that she married, and she married YouTuber Jake Paul, and he is a famous YouTuber. He runs Team 10. They do like daily vlogs of like crazy stuff that they do throughout their life, and there's this huge mansion that they live in LA. And what I think is so crazy about it is it's not necessarily a marriage that is legalized, or they're not actually married, living in a house, and it's all traditional. They're taking society and they're like creating something new, and they have this like online relationship that is completely online and on YouTube. Like she changed her last name on YouTube it was Tana Mongeau, and now it's Tana Paul. And it's taking these two fan bases, and it's creating like this, not tension, but this like power YouTube, royalty family almost. And it's having all of these fans over here, and they're shipping Tanner, they're shipping Jake, and it's so weird because they make videos of themselves, hanging out, and it's strictly for the views and for the YouTube channel content. In their real lives, when they're not filming, when they're not making content for YouTube, they're probably not hanging out with each other. They're probably not spending the night with each other. They're probably, hanging out with other people, doing their own lives. But for business and for, their online personalities and their online identities, that is who they are. So I think that she is just very, very good at manipulating who she is online and who she is in real life, even though both of those people are merged together. And we do see a lot of the stuff that like goes on in Tana Mongeau's life, and a lot of this like real stuff that she deals with and she talks about. We are separated from her in a sense too, because she's almost created like a fantasy person that you can follow that is real and does do some of these real things, but a lot of the stuff that she does is kind of for, vlogs or for content for, millions and millions of views each video. lessons that I would take from Tana if I was to start a YouTube channel. I would definitely keep the whole like 100% like be yourself and like treat the camera as if it's your best friend, because that's something that she does very well. And it does, when you watch her videos, it does make you feel like she's just sitting there talking to you and hanging out and, you know, telling you a story or whatever, which I do appreciate, because that it's nice, you know, YouTube, I guess, to watch. Things that I would maybe do differently, I don't think that I would get married to someone just for clout, or, you know, do things just for clout. I'm not really a clout seeking person. If I was to do it, I would, you know, stick to the whole, like, I 100% like love, you know, talking to my fans, or, you know, hanging out with my fans or whatever. I wouldn't necessarily want to let everybody know, or like try to get everybody to know, you know, as much as possible. My approach, if I was to start a YouTube channel, would be to be myself and to do things that I feel are authentic to me and make me smile. And, you know, if I had a fan base, would like make my fan base smile once I would like get to interact with them. But most importantly, you know, it makes you smile, and it makes you proud of like what you're putting out. I think that as far as like identity and like interaction with my fans, I would constantly read all of the good comments, and as soon as I, you know, started reading like a few bad comments, I would turn it off, because that just causes, you know, bad self-reflection and stuff, and it's not needed. I also like how Tana talks about how she isn't a role model. I think that that's important. If you're on social media, a lot of people can make it seem as if you can't do anything bad, or you can't, you know, you can't put something on social media that is perceived as bad, because, you know, young people are watching it and young people may think that it's bad. I like how Tana, you know, disclaims that kind of, she's like, look, if you don't like what you're seeing, like, don't watch it. I'm still gonna do it. It doesn't matter. Like, this is my channel. I'm gonna, you know, do what I want on my channel. If you don't want to watch, you know, subscribe off, whatever. And I like that. It's nice for you to stand up for your own art, and I feel like that's what she does. She doesn't like try to adhere to what people are telling her online, and like what, unless it's, you know, good. Like I said, I feel like she changes her the way that she perceives things if, you know, it benefits her and it makes her feel good, not necessarily if it makes her feel bad. That's something that I would do in my YouTube channel. I wouldn't you know, just focus on like the bad things and what people are saying that it's bad and trying to make that good. I would just focus on the good and make the good better. That was probably a little confusing, but overall, I really, really enjoyed Tana Mongeau, and I think that she is somebody that is important to talk about this. I really enjoyed getting to know her a little more, about her like online persona, and getting to kind of just, you know, and kind of just getting to go into depth about who she is and how she connects with her followers, and how it, in my opinion, is a positive way. It can seem a little weird, and it is a little weird, but it's something new, and I think that it's something that we've never really seen before and like dealt with before. And I think that it's something that we've never seen before in a celebrity or a social media influencer, and it's important to note that, and it's cool because, you know, social media is always evolving and creating, you know, more influencers and more celebrities, and getting to see what they do with that, and with that, you know, fan base and that power that they have is cool. And I think Tana does a good job. She could do things a little better, but like she said, she doesn't care, and she is dumb, and she's gonna do it her way. So I'm gonna sign off for this. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good night.